Time for my May TBR. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today I've got my May TBR for you guys. I got 5 books to the left of me here, and I'm excited to get to these guys because, well, I'm finally starting to enjoy reading again. So, took a little bit of a hiatus. Not going to talk about it that much. Down below we've got Danielle's channel. We'll link these books down below. There's also the Patreon. So that is now a thing that we are doing. Help us, give us some support with the Patreon down below. There's a video I made. We'll link it up here. So it kind of explains the different tiers and everything. One of the books is going to be part of the Dead is Better book club that Danielle and I are doing. Yeah, you'll see that here in a little bit. And again, like I said, otherwise don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's start. Alright, so the first book I'm going to talk about is the one that is in the Dead is Better book club for Patreon. And that is Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanaugh. This is going to be just like Ronald Malfi, whatever. So this is a book that is strikingly similar to the book by Peter Swanson, which I already forgot the name of again.
The Kind Worth Killing.
Yes. And I gave that book 5 stars, as you can tell because I remember the title so well. I thoroughly enjoyed that book, and this is supposed to be something similar. As you guys know, with the buddy picks that we always have, and now with the whole book club and everything, I don't like knowing a whole lot about the book going into it. So I will read you the little blurb. She will kill your worst enemy. All you have to do is kill hers. So I'm very excited to read this one. I don't think I've read a book by this author before, so I'm excited to try this author out, and I'm excited that this is the first pick we have for the book club. So I'm very excited. I'm just excited, and I want to read this book. Danielle wants to read this book. It's going to be a fun time. Again, I don't want to know, whenever it comes to thrillers and stuff like that, I don't want to know a whole lot going into it unless it's like a sequel or something. So, and this is not a sequel. So, there you have Kill for Me, Kill for You by Steve Kavanaugh. Alright, the next one up is Cujo by Stephen King. So, this is, if you guys have not seen the video where I talk about road work, I don't know which is going to be going up first. If that one is not up yet, then surprise, I have a video about road work going up. So pretty much what I'm doing now that I've completed every Stephen King book, read them all at least once, I'm going to be going through them a second time and giving you guys a rant review. First part would be spoiler free, and then I will go into spoilers and kind of like a tangent rant about my thoughts on the book. That's pretty much what this is going to be. I'm not going to do like one a month, otherwise I'd be doing this for another, what would it be, 7 years? So this is just the one I want to do for next month, mainly because You Like It Darker, which we'll put a picture somewhere on the screen, somewhere, is being released for the month of May. And that has a sequel to Cujo in it. I think it's called Rattlesnakes. Rattlesnakes is what that one is called. So I have my phone out here too because I've got information on You Like It Darker, which is a collection by him. But first I'm going to talk about Cujo. If you have not read Cujo before, this is about a St. Bernard that goes rabid and it gets attacked by a bat. It's rabies. Goes on a killerish rampage and terrorizes a mother and son while they are stuck in a car. And it is one of the most traumatic things that you can probably imagine. I mean, there's tons of other things that are probably traumatic to go through, but in this case, it's pretty dramatic, traumatic, whatever. It's intense as all hell. I need to reread this one. I remember vaguely not enjoying a certain character in this book, and I will get to that when I do my rant video because I know I'm probably not going to like this person again. So that's the short gist of what Cujo is, and I have a little bit of some information on You Like It Darker. So, from legendary storyteller and master of short fiction, Stephen King comes an extraordinary new collection of 12 short stories, many never before published, and some of his best ever. Again, there's the sequel to Cujo called Rattlesnakes. I'm very excited to hear that one because obviously there's an end to this book, and I'm anxious to know what happens in it. King's ability to surprise, amaze, and bring us both terror and solace remains unsurpassed. Each of these stories holds its own thrills, joys, and mysteries. Each feels iconic. You Like It Darker? You got it. So I'm very excited for both of these books, obviously because I'm a huge Stephen King fan. Duh. If you guys are part of my Patreon group, then you guys know that, all my tier lists are Stephen King related, so duh. And yeah, I just I've wanted to reread Cujo because I think the first time I read it, I gave it 4 stars. It might have been 5, but I eventually want to do a big re-ranking of everything, and to do that, I got to reread all of his books. So there you have You Like It Darker, technically, and Cujo, both by Stephen King. Alright, next up is another sequel, and that is Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. So this is the sequel for My Heart is a Chainsaw, which I just finished, depending on when this goes up, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it depends on when we post this. So there might be a weird glare on this one because it has one of those reflective cover things on it. I'm trying to avoid that. My Heart is a Chainsaw was a very good story. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I have not done a video talking about it yet because I just finished it recently. So that book, we're following this girl named Jade. I think her actual name is like Jennifer or something like that. But I'm very, very excited to get to this one because I really did like the first book. A lot of weird stuff happens at one point in that book, and I got a little confused, but I figured it out. I read some stuff, and it's all good now. So, again, you'll be seeing a video on that book coming out soon, but this is the sequel to it. I'm only going to want to read the blurb here because, obviously, I don't want to know everything that goes on in this book. Ironically enough, a third one just came out, too. Something Indian, it's something about an Indian. I don't remember what the name of the third one is. Jade returns to the rural lake town of Proof Rock the same day as convicted indigenous serial killer Dark Mill South escapes into town to complete his revenge killings in this riveting sequel to My Heart is a Chainsaw. I read that very terribly, so I'm going to try and do that again because I was very confused with what I just said. Jade returns to the rural lake town of Proof Rock the same day as convicted indigenous serial killer Dark Mill South escapes into town to complete his revenge killings. So, I'm very excited to get to this book. Jade is a really cool character, and I really liked her in the first one. But yeah, there you have Don't Fear the Reaper by Stephen Graham Jones. And leading into the next book is another sequel to, I think it's book 4 in this series, The Hollow Dead by Darcy Coates. Okay, so the Gravekeeper series by Darcy Coates has been probably my favorite series by her. Again, the only other series is something Winter. It's something, I don't know, there's 4 books in that series. I've already read the first one. This is a really good series so far. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. And this is book 4. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but we're still following Kira, who was the main character, and I'm really excited to get to this one. The only thing that would hinder me from reading this is there's no audiobook out for it yet. Otherwise, I would have read this by now. And I'm just one of those people who just does not like physically reading as much as I do audio, so it is what it is. So I'm very excited to get to this. This is book 4, The Hollow Dead by Darcy Coates. Alright, the last book that I'm going to talk about is a book that I got in the Come Shop With Me video. If you have not seen it, check it out up here. And that is Wild Spaces by S.L. Coney. This is a debut novel, or novella. I think it'd be a novel. I don't know. And I'm very excited to get to this. It actually came with an autograph, and I actually don't know if that was like known because there was nothing on the tag at Half Price Books saying it was an autographed book. So this, by what I know, is about a boy and a dog, and based off of what one of the comments was, I don't know if it's a good ending. It might be a little sad. So I'm very anxious to get to this book. I don't want to know a whole lot going into it, just like with the thriller book. Anytime I get something new, I just kind of like want to vaguely know what's going on and then just like just dive in and see what's going on. So I'm very excited to get to this one, Wild Spaces by S.L. Coney. So those are the 5 books that I want, well technically 6 because of You Like It Darker, but whatever, that I wanted to talk about in this May TBR. Again, as you guys have seen in my previous TBRs, always subject to change, adding stuff, getting rid of stuff, always happens. Again, we'll link these 5 down below. I think we'll try and link the You Like It Darker, but I don't know if that's going to really help you guys. Again, down below is the Patreon. Make sure you help support us. Danielle's channel is down there, the Bookstagram, all the other stuff. What is your plan of books to read for the month of May? Make sure you let me know down in the comments. And if you've read any of these, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.